Yesterday, I went and I picked these berries. They are pretty good. Now, it reminded me of a time when I was in school, and there was a berry bush, and one of the kids, and I don't know how to explain this kid, but they were very it kind of felt like they were homeschooled. I know that seems a bit random, but I know that sounds like a random thing. It seemed like they were very free from the confines of school, and it very much interested me. I went up to this bush, and they took it off, and they started eating these berries, right? And everyone else was like, whoa, like this person's eating berries off a bush, right? Like it was kind of crazy. And I was like very intrigued, like really intrigued. I was like, oh, okay, like that. I don't know. I was just very intrigued with what the person was doing and how they were so confident in doing what they were doing. And I proceeded to walk up to them and was like, does that taste good? And they're like, yeah, it tastes great, like try one. So I went to go pick one off the bush. And as I went to go pick it, the teacher, don't pick any berries off that bush, step away from the bush, like, and they got so angry, and they were talking about how it was poisonous and it was bad and it was dirty and all that. These are the same exact berries, and they're fine. It tastes good. So it blew my mind that as a kid, for a very, very long time, I thought these berries were bad. They were dirty, they were disgusting. And so yesterday when I was picking these berries, for the first time, by the way, like properly, I thought about how, you know, as a kid, I got taught that these things were bad, right? And it put me in a real box. Even when I learned that they were okay to eat and whatnot, even in the back of my head, they were like, no, this is bad, they're dirty, they're poisonous, they're this and they're that. Even in the back of my head, I could still have that voice. And it made me think about things you're taught as a kid and how hard they are to shake them. And just now, as I'm speaking right in this moment, I was about to go off on a school run, I think, and about how school made me think a lot of things. But actually, I'm about to switch that. Imagine all the things you learn as a kid, all the bad things, all the maybe the violence, or maybe the you're not good enough, the you're bad at that or you're good at that thing. Imagine how much that sticks with you. You don't even realize it. Now speaking about it, it sounds a lot like my life. A lot of these things in the back of my mind, because I learned as a kid, it's just being taught to me. On and on and on. Anyway, let's snap back to school. Well, that one was sour. School. I think I've talked about this many times. School is a very popular topic with me. But I think what I was trying to get at with the kid that picked the berry in the first place, they weren't ever put in this box until that day, right? And even when they went home, they probably got let out of that box because of their parents, the way they taught them to explore and touch and be curious and understand things. Whereas a lot of kids get taught to just not even, just stay safe, just be in this little box. To pick these berries, there is loads and loads of spikes around them. And you'll get scratched and you'll start to bleed, and that's just a part of it. You'll learn to be more wary of these spikes so you can avoid them. But if you're never allowed outside the box to touch the berries, to get spikes, to get cut and whatnot, you'll never even learn that you could get this really good fruit without getting yourself hurt. But you'll only ever know that if you try, if you get hurt, if you get scratched and whatnot. And I think that is what school does. It keeps you in this box, and it is safe, and it's good, it's great. It does a lot of good things for you, don't get me wrong. But it never allows you to pick the berries it never allows you to get scratched by these berry trees or bushes, sorry. And I feel like for a lot of people that have been in the box, they're looking at the berry bush, sorry, and they're going, I'd love a berry. And as soon as they go to pick it, they spike themselves, right? And they come back and they're, oh, no, let's just stay in the box. I think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people do that when they don't have a safe net, right? I'm not too sure who said it, but they said the only difference between me and you is that I could afford, because of my parents, to mess up and have a safety net. And because of that safety net, I was allowed to try and do some crazy things and stunts. I don't know, I might have even talked about this, but when a trapeze artist, the people that go along the tightrope, when they're trying out new places or new tricks, they'll have a net underneath, right? And what is funny is they will tend to do 10 times better and 10 times more riskier moves and succeed when the net's there. But when the net's not there, they won't take risk and they will never land a crazy move. And it's that same thing, right? Because the net's there, you know that you can go crazy with it, but also you're probably a lot more confident that if you do fail, it's whatever. But when your net's not there, you overthink. And you know that you've only got 1, 2, maybe 3 shots in life. And if you mess up, that's it. I think the net being there is amazing for most. But for someone like me, where the net has never been there, I kind of needed to fall on my face a good few times. And now that I've gotten so used to having broken limbs and a destroyed face from falling flat on my face, it doesn't scare me anymore because the floor is my safety net. Yeah. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.